Beirut, Lebanon, comedian, columnist, travel writer.
Oh, you're going to do a full intro?
Yeah,
okay,
Mr. Dom Joly.
That's me, yeah.
How you doing, Dom?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Thanks so much for joining me.
That's
well,
all right.
I've kind of joined you. It's you're playing here tonight.
You joined me in Telford, somewhere where I think I've done something terribly wrong, because I never sell seats in Telford. I did a show 10 years ago, and I was in Shrewsbury, and I'd done 700, 800 people the night before, and I came to Telford, there were like 40 people, and I go, what have I done to people in Telford? So if I've done something to people in Telford, I'm really sorry, but I can't remember it.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, no, don't, yeah.
I was like, thank you for like agreeing to this.
That's all right, I can't resist a ginger beard.
I did wonder if people do this, if you ever wonder, like, are they trying to prank me? Or
well,
like, have those days sort of gone where you...
Those days have slightly gone, I think, where people did it. I always used to say, like, I was always waiting for someone to prank me. I have to be honest with you, and if you're pranking me now, then,
no.
then I'm fucked. But I kind of always felt I'd be able to tell.
Yeah.
I've done it for so long that unless you're really good, I don't think you'd get me. But then if you did and you were really good, then that's fine. The worst thing would be to get done by a really shit prank. That would just really irritate me. But no, have a go if you're thinking about it. I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah. Is there someone behind me? Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah. Now, sometimes I do shows so bad. I mean, I can't remember what I did the other day. I did something anyway, and I was like, this is so bad. My only hope is this is a prank show. It's like, or it's just really shit, and actually it was just really shit. Yeah. Yeah.
You're obviously obsessed, I'd say the word is, with indie music.
Yeah, sadly, yeah.
And I was wondering, directing the Golden Gaze video, was that like a dream come true to work with Ian Brown? Or?
Well, I mean, it wasn't, not really, because I mean, I'm not really into making videos typically.
Okay.
Really, I'm a frustrated musician. You know, I was a goth, I was in a band. Really, I wanted to be in the band with Ian Brown. But yeah, I mean, Stone Roses were massive for me. And then I found out that he was his manager rang up when Trigger Happy was in its prime. Yeah. And he said, oh, Ian's a massive fan of Trigger Happy TV. I was just like, fuck, like Ian Brown likes Trigger Happy TV. And then he'd just been in prison for air rage.
Oh, yeah.
And so I thought, and so we agreed to make the video. And I thought, fuck, I was sure he was going to be really terrifying. And he's still genuinely, I think, to this day, the single nicest man I've met in show business. I mean, honestly, like 15 years later, I hadn't spoken to him for ages, Stone Roses get back together, he texts me, if you want tickets, mate. I mean, he's just really genuinely decent guy. And with that video, there was a video by Massive Attack called Unfinished Sympathy years ago, and everyone went on about, oh, the whole video's done in one take. You know, and this was supposed to be so amazing. To me, I was like, well, fucking video one take's easy. Just press record and follow around. So we actually, it's 2 takes. There is 1 cut. But we just mucked about and just had him walking through the West End and then ending up in the cinema, Prince Charles Cinema, and then we did stuff in there. But it's just a lovely bloke, yeah. And just so exciting. The only annoying thing about it was that Golden Gaze is not my favourite song of his. And of course, the way I shot that video, I like to think, because Fear is such an amazing song, and Fear was his next single. How Fear wasn't the single before Golden Gaze, I'll never know. And he did that very slow motion on the bike video. And I like to think the director was influenced by my work on Golden Gaze. But yeah, no, he's a lovely bloke.
Oh, brilliant. Last year you played the narrator in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I did,
Do you enjoy doing that? Would you consider doing more sort of musical theatre?
Literally my idea of hell is musical theatre. I hate musicals. I kind of don't understand why, even if you're, you know, it's very rare I'm in a theatre and I'm enjoying something, but I'm watching a story and then suddenly everyone starts singing, like, what are you doing? But Rocky Horror is kind of special because firstly, the music is amazing. Yeah. Secondly, it's kind of beyond a thing now. It's like a cult. And it's a sort of spoof of a spoof. And the audiences come in and they know the thing better than you. But most importantly, the music is just phenomenal. Like, I'm going home, I'm coming home or whatever. I mean, it's right up there. You know, I mean, I'm a goth, it's indie, it's got everything you want. It's a real torch song. So yeah, I love that. And the joy of being the narrator is that I'm improvising. So to an extent, I mean, I have to keep to the lines. But people shout stuff at you from the audience, and you've got to come back. So like every night I wasn't bored. I'd be doing stuff back.
Riffing with the audience.
Yeah, so I loved that. And it was absolutely amazing.
And you don't have to sing as the narrator?
Well, that was the real main thing. The only other problem, of course, they said, did they have any problem? Because at the end, they ripped my trousers off, because I'm really straight. Yeah. And then they ripped my trousers off, and I'm wearing fishnets. But again, I was a goth, so it wasn't the first time.
Used to it.
I was used to it, yeah.
Back in 2010, you wrote your book, The Dark Tourist.
I did, yeah.
About unlikely holiday locations.
Which is kind of what my current show is about my travelling,
How did you feel in 2018 when Netflix released a television programme with a very similar name? And
well, it was Dark Tourist. They nicked it Banged to
half
rights.
out,
I mean, I
yeah.
pitched it 3 years after I wrote the book. I went to LA and we pitched it. They loved it. Netflix really liked the idea. It was great. Didn't get back to me. And then suddenly, like a year and a half later, I find out these cunts are in production with it. And what can you do? I mean, that's just tell you. You have so many ideas that are nicked. But that one, I thought, I mean, to actually, you know, they could have done exactly so. I don't own the term dark tourist. Dark tourism is it's a sort of intellectual concept. But to actually go to the same places I went and to call it dark tourist, it's like, come on, you could have fucking called it something else. And it's annoying because I know that when they're taking the piss. Because I've had so many people saying, oh, I went to watch the thing thinking it was yours. Because I kind of own that area.
Yeah.
So anyway, but whatever. Luckily, it was a bit shit, I thought. And I don't know, it just pisses me off, that sort of thing. I'm just like, I think it's lazy crap. But, you know, I grumble about lots of things like that where I say people nick stuff and everyone's like, oh, you're just being bitter. So I just need to pitch it better, really. But fuck you, Netflix.
Didn't mean to open up any wounds.
No, it's all right. I like to vent.
I was just wondering, after about 18, 20 years, how many people still shout, hello, while miming a huge mobile phone at you?
In fact, exactly 20 years. January the 14th this year was the 20-year anniversary of the first Trigger Happy TV, which just makes me feel so old, because I just had a kid when it happened, and my kid's 20 now. It's like, how the fuck did all that... Can I swear on this?
Yeah. Do what you want.
How did that all happen? And but yeah, just today, actually, I went out for lunch with my wife in Cheltenham, and bloke wanders past. He looks at me. It always the same thing. And then he goes, and he looks at me, and then sort of realizes just I've gone past who I am, and then he goes, hello, like that. And I'm like 20 years on. I still don't really have a good answer. I'm like, hello. I mean, what do you want me to do when you shout that? It's a great catchphrase, though. Hello.
But it's not call and response, is it?
It's not. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, occasionally I'll get in a cab. He goes, oh, you haven't got your big phone. I go, no, it's charging. Or like, I mean, I've just got nothing.
There's a question that I ask everyone I'm lucky enough to sit down and chat with.
Yeah.
And I want to put it your way.
Yeah, is it my attitude to gingers? My daughter's a ginger. I'm totally cool with
There you
that
go.
thing. Yeah.
Not biased.
Yeah.
No, it's who's the most famous person you've sent a text message to?
That's interesting. I used to play a game, really wanky game, but quite fun if you're stuck with a bunch of celebs you don't know. And you go in and you kind of have a top trumps on your phone to see, go on then, who's the most famous person on your phone? I have the weirdest bunch of people on my phone, and most of them I don't know. Most of the time I've been pissed, and like I've bumped into them and they've given me their number or whatever. So I'll give you the levels of ones. Yeah. So I've got Dido, but I actually know Dido. Like, weirdly, we were mates before she got big and I got big, so that's not weird. Robert Smith from The Cure, massive for me because I'm a Cure fan. And a goth. And a fellow goth. And I've got his, and I've texted him many a time to get into gigs or go and see him and stuff, so that's good. I've got Johnny Depp's, which is weird, which I nicked. Can
I guess who you nicked it off?
Well, you'll never guess, but go on.
Stephen Jones.
No, why? Would he have it?
Yeah.
Oh, because he's a fan, isn't he? Yeah, you're right. He's a fan. No, but he didn't. No, I was writing for the Sunday Times, and I was in Dominica learning to scuba dive with a friend of mine who was running a marijuana plantation out there. So it was pretty much the perfect day. And they were filming the first Pirates of the Caribbean there, and I nicked a call sheet, and it had his thing on it. So I occasionally email him just to annoy him, but he's never replied. And then Bob Geldof, I had one really a fucking amazing one. Right, so I'll say, for me personally, I can text Robert Smith just like he's a mate.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool for me. Like, I mean, if you'd told like a 16-year-old me that, I'd be really happy with that. Yeah.
So you're on tour at the minute doing Holiday Snaps.
Holiday Snaps, yeah.
And that goes through till April.
Goes to mid-April,
Mid-April. Yeah. So what's that about?
Well, it's about the fact that really my big love in life, despite most people knowing me for comedy and Trigger Happy and stuff, my big love has always been travel. And when I was a kid growing up in Lebanon, I was like, all the people I looked up to, I'd see foreign correspondents and diplomats and spies, and I think that's the thing I want to be. And I've kind of been most of those. And also I was obsessed with Tintin. I used to read Tintin all the time, and I had a map on my wall with all the places Tintin had been to, and I was like, when I grow up, I'm going to go to all those places. I've never grown up, but I've been to all those places. So that was a big part of it. And I think what's a bit weird is now I've just written a book called The Hezbollah Hiking Club, where I walked across Lebanon. That's my third travel book, and I've got a really good following for my travel books, but the people who like my travel books, I think, are very different from the Trigger Happy people. And I think a lot of people think, why is the squirrel guy in North Korea? Like, what is that about? So the show really is about to show that I've always been in travel. Even in Trigger Happy and Well Shut Your Mouth, I went off frightening Eskimos and going to weird places. So to me, it makes total sense. But essentially, I've just got a shitload of clips and photos from all my weird trips. My wife refuses to look at them. She's pissed off, so I thought, well, I'll bore someone else with them. That's what it is, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, that's why there's no one here. I don't really sell it very well. Yeah. I'll give you a question then.
Okay.
Who's the most famous person apart from myself, obviously, that you've interviewed?
Ian Lee was the first person I did.
That's why I said yes, actually.
Really?
I looked at the thing and I love Ian. I thought it was good enough for Ian Lee. It's good enough for me. Yeah.
Ian's been very kind to me over the years.
Guy.
So,
also, I get very bored for my shows. So it's nice to have a chat. So it's good.
Because you started on the 11 o'clock show, didn't you?
Well, I didn't want to do the 11 o'clock show. I started on the Paramount Comedy Channel, just making little stuff that was more political. And we were like annoying Tony Blair and Peter Mandelson and doing that sort of stuff. And then Channel 4 saw it and it was about to go to Trigger Happy. And 11 o'clock show started. And they literally said, if you want a show, it would be politically good if you'd go on the 11 o'clock show. I fucking hated the 11 o'clock show. I'm not a sort of clubbable person. I don't really like other comics normally, particularly. And most of it was shite. I mean, Sasha was great on it. Ricky Gervais was all right. Ian Lee was good on it. But most of it was a bunch of crap. Having said that, it was an amazing place for everyone to start and like get, just get an experience of doing that.
Yeah.
A lot of it was crap, but who cares? It's like, that's where you learn to do stuff and make mistakes and things like that. So it was a really good opportunity. And if you look at all the people that worked on that went off to do stuff behind and in front of the scenes, absolutely amazing. But my bits were pants.
Brilliant.
All right.
Yeah, so I will say thank you this time.
Cheers.
But I've got a little present for you just as a thank you.
Here we go. Here's the prank.
No, here's the prank. No, it's a genuine.
Oh my God. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. That's so weird. Did you know how to Tintin thing?
Yes.
Oh, you did. That was the thing. Oh my God, fantastic. Well, that's great. I'm going to get pissed now and then I'll fuck up the show. Yeah, thank you so much. That's really nice.
For the people of Telford, that's my fault why he was drunk tonight.
Look at that, Dom.
With
although that's not Dom, that's actually Tintin, but thanks a lot. That's really kind.
Brilliant. Thank you ever so much, Dom.
Yeah.
And good luck with the rest of the tour.
Thanks. What could go wrong?
You have to embarrass yourself, Mark.